Whoa. Good job, Commanders. Good job, Commanders. Holy crap, Washington. What a game. What a game by Jayden Daniels. Was absolutely ridiculous. I wanted the Lions to win. I wanted Detroit to win that game. I streamed that game thinking the Lions would win. And they didn't. And I just walked away incredibly impressed with Jayden Daniels again, even though we did a whole video on Jayden Daniels and I was already impressed with him. Just wanted to first go through a few of Jayden's statistical accomplishments from this game. Shocking the Lions. What was the final score? 45-31. Was that it? I can't even remember. But Washington, it wasn't even just Jayden Daniels either. Commanders just played good football. Yeah, 45-31. All right, so Jayden, what was he? He was 22 of 31 for 350 total yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Oh, wait, I got to go into my likes. I got into the wrong thing here. Here we go. Let's go down here. Let's start here. Against the Blitz, Jayden, ridiculous in this game. Third rookie quarterback to win multiple playoff road games. This did not age well. Or actually, is that a good tweet? Is that a good quote? Is that a good quote from Dan Campbell? Is Kevin O'Connell and Dan going to meet up this week? And then also, last NFC Championship Game appearance, the Commanders make it before the Cowboys. So that is impressive. I thought I liked more Jayden Daniels stat tweets. Damn it, I didn't like all the ones. What the fuck? Let me find the one. Let me find the one I was looking for. Was he the first rookie quarterback with 300 plus passing yards in multiple playoff games? I think that was the other one. Oh yeah, it's at the top of this tweet. Sorry, it's up here in the text. With 300 plus total yards in 2 postseason games. I think he had 299 passing yards in this game. Either way, pretty incredible, pretty ridiculous. I think everybody just walked away from this game going, oh dear God, the Commanders probably found the next great quarterback in the NFL. And, obviously, quarterback's career, it's a long process. We saw CJ Stroud take a step back this year, and we saw CJ Stroud earlier today hold on to the ball way too long. Take a few bad sacks in the Texans-Chiefs game. Jayden Daniels didn't make a single fucking mistake in this game. It was wildly impressive. You can look at the numbers, but if you just watch that game, he never put the Commanders in like a bad spot. And Jared Goff put his team in a bad spot 4 times. He threw 3 picks. Got strip sacked in the red zone, and then the Lions got a little too Lionsy and tried a trick play late in desperation mode. Had Jameson Williams throw it, and he threw a pick. So the Lions turned the ball over 5 times. Now, I don't think the Commanders' defense is 5 turnovers a game type defense, right? No defenses are, but holy shit, Jayden Daniels. You're very good. You're very, very good, Jayden. And I want to just go live again because, I don't know. I rarely walk away from a football game, a football season, that impressed with a player. And the reason we did a Jayden Daniels video last week is because I was impressed with his body of work from this season. I didn't think the Commanders were going to win this week, so I was like, we better get this up now when Jayden's riding high, and now he's riding even fucking higher. He is soaring. He is soaring after this game. And it's like when you're looking at a young quarterback and you're looking at all the things you want a young quarterback to do, Jayden has it all. And we're watching another NFL year where he wasn't the consensus number 1 draft pick. He went 2 to Washington, right? And it's just like, we don't fucking know. The most talented football evaluators, they just don't know. Commanders knew. They wanted Jayden Daniels. Adam Peters, Dan Quinn come together. They get a great player. And now a franchise who had Dan Snyder staining them with his shit stains for years and years and years of misery. It feels like they're saved. They're resurrected to an extent. And now they're going to the championship game. Maybe it's the Eagles. Maybe it's the Rams. Who knows? I think the Eagles will be the more interesting, more entertaining matchup. But I can see the Commanders winning the championship game because you're not rattling this dude. You're not at all. Like the types of throws he makes, the pressure situations, it's never too big for him. And that's a rare thing to see from a rookie. And for a rookie to do it so consistently through the course of a season and then go and just outscore what was the NFL's most, dynamic offense all season. And yeah, they capitalized on the mistakes, but if you're a Commanders fan, you should just be enjoying this and celebrating. Could we get a 91 Super Bowl take 2? Was the 91 Super Bowl the one against the Broncos? Who'd you guys beat in 91? I can't remember. Benchwarmer Brew espresso? Maybe I'll find espresso beans for Benchwarmer Brew. Maybe I'll get there. Does Dan Quinn have a bigger pair than Dan Campbell? Tonight he did. And the Commanders, the only 4th down the Commanders didn't convert was on their first series. And then Detroit scored a touchdown right away. And I think the thought in that moment was like, oh, here we go. It's going to be another Lions game. They're going to score at will. The Commanders are going to have to, dig deep to keep up with Detroit. And then the Commanders answered. And then Detroit answered. And then the Commanders answered again. And then the turnovers started happening. And the Commanders just capitalized on every single one of Detroit's mistakes. And Detroit made a lot. I don't think if they play the Rams or the Eagles next week, neither of those teams are going to make the same amount of mistakes that Detroit did. They're going to face a better defense either way. The Rams have a insane defensive front that can get to the quarterback, but this is a quarterback who, under pressure, unlike Sam Darnold, had a fucking night. Eagles have a better secondary. That would be kind of the equalizer there if we're looking at Commanders versus Eagles. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It's fun. It was a fun game. And I was just surprised at, I think, how well Washington played on defense, too, because it's not just like keeping up with the Lions. It's forcing mistakes, and I think because the Commanders' offense kept scoring, it put Jared Goff in this situation where he was trying to keep up with Jayden Daniels, where Goff felt the pressure to, answer, and he forced some bad throws. And, you can't understate like how important the overall team play and team win was for Washington in this game. I'm both the Steelers and Lions fan. Somehow the Steelers hurt me less. Oh, interesting. I think your expectations for the Lions were probably higher. That's why. Lions, Red Wings, and Pistons lost today. Ooh, fuck. That is an F. That is a giant F. Giants fan here. Terrified by JD, but I bet on them. Yeah, you gotta bet with the quarterback who plays well in all circumstances. And this was a game where I thought if the Commanders were going to win, it was going to be because they needed to score late in the game Jayden Daniels had the ball in his hand, and something that they had done so well this season, they did it 6 times this season, where they scored in the final seconds of a football game to win. I thought that's how it was going to go out. Keep it close. They have the ball last, and it was kind of the opposite of that. It was the Lions couldn't keep up with them. And I think Goff's worst interception wasn't even his pick 6. Like, that was bad, obviously. And he took a shot on that possibly could have been a penalty. The Lions benefited from a bad penalty, too. They got Washington got called for a face mask. That wasn't a face mask. That kept one of Detroit's drives going. And I believe Detroit scored a touchdown there. But it was Goff's interception right before halftime. He threw it, tried to force one in the end zone to, I think it was Jameson Williams, and it was Snyder still picked it off. So that negates Detroit points, and then the Commanders come out of halftime with the ball, and they score again. And that's when it was like, uh-oh. I don't know if Detroit can do it, because Detroit's defense couldn't get a stop at any point in that game, except that first series. That was the only stop, I think. Maybe there was one late, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Giants fan here, terrified by JD. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Now the Rams-Eagles game has so much more importance because now it determines the NFC Championship location. Imagine Commanders-Eagles NFC Championship game. Go Birds. Yeah, I think the matchup we want is Commanders-Eagles. I think that's the more fun game. The Commies definitely getting nice new stadium now. Yeah, I mean, Josh Harris comes in. They've done everything right so far. Remember when we thought Pat Mahomes was cool and refreshing? Yeah, I feel we are in for bullshit again. Maybe. It's fun when they're first good, right? When a quarterback's first good, you're like, oh, this is new, this is different. But if Jayden turns into the next Mahomes and the Commanders keep winning year after year after year like the Chiefs, then they'll be annoying. But they're 5 to 8 years away from that. Just enjoy it now. Lions choked, but they're not going anywhere. Too much talent. Not as upset as last year for sure. Yeah, Lions, it's just the injuries. Their defense is so depleted, and it was so obvious in this game. Knee injury, sick, 2K plus cars and small car wash, 4 days of pain, then this. Oh, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. Sorry, Blue. Lions didn't make mistakes. Goff turned back into Goff and turned over the ball 5 times. Well, he turned it over 4. Jameson Williams turned it over the 5th time with that pick. And the strip sack was, just good pressure from Washington. Jayden beats Goff because F Dan Snyder. Yeah. If the Chiefs win, Kansas City's getting glassed. What does glassed mean? Yeah, he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's already decided, right? That voting's done. But he's continuing it. He's continuing his Rookie of the Year campaign by winning and winning on the road in the playoffs. That's not easy to do. That is so impressive. A blonde roast? Okay. Well, I mean, Adam's Benchwarmer is our lightest roast. You want to support Adam over at 5 points? That's the lightest roast we got. Let me bring this down so I can just let me see if I can find, what was I going to look for? Jayden Daniels stats. That's not exactly what I wanted. I forget. I was going to find something, and then I read a super chat, and now I can't remember what I wanted. I'll remember in a sec. But look, I mean, he completed 71% of his passes tonight. 299, 268, 2 touchdowns, very consistent. Got a lot of help from his running backs. Oh, I know what I wanted to look at. Commanders draft picks. Let's go back and look at their draft. All right, they got Jayden. Great draft pick, right? Mike, Snyder still. been a great corner as a rookie all season for Washington. Luke McCaffrey. What if Luke McCaffrey wins a Super Bowl before Christian McCaffrey? That'll be insane. Oh boy. But like that's solid. They're contributing. They got guys contributing. They added a bunch of free agents that we didn't think were going to work out. Bobby Wagner's been big for the Commanders during their run here. So a really nice cherry on top. And I don't even want to say the Commanders are done. The way they played makes me think they can win in the championship game. The 07 Giants aura in them, yeah. Jayden's going to be scary to face in the future. He's going to be scary to face next week, I think. Because let's go back to let me find the right Jayden Daniels Blitz thing. Jayden Daniels Blitz. Right? It's like, how do you slow that guy down? You're going to bring pressure? He's going to work you. Is that the one I wanted? Did I copy the wrong link? There we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted. It's not this stat. It's this one. This is the one right here. Jayden Daniels excelled in the most difficult passing situations against the Lions. The most difficult. Now, Washington benefited from that wide receiver screen that turned into a touchdown. That was Terry McLaurin. That was like a 56, 59-yard touchdown, right? I don't think you're doing that against the Rams or the Eagles, okay? But like so many of his throws were impressive. They were effective through the course of the game. It puts the offense in good situations, and the run game was nice. Brian Robinson ran well. Austin Eckler ran well, and Austin Eckler was a threat catching passes out of the backfield. And you look at some of these short throws, they were all productive. So, like, the defensive coordinator who goes against Jayden Daniels next week, whether that's Vic Fangio for Philly or I don't even remember the guy's name for the Rams right now, they've got a lot to figure out. They've got a lot to consider. I don't want the Chiefs to win again. I'm hoping the Bills can finally win. Well, the Bills got to beat the Ravens first. So let's see who gets through Bills Ravens, and then we'll figure out, who goes in that game. Jayden Daniels, 191 passing yards against the Lions Blitz are the second most in a game by a rookie since 2016, regular or postseason. Daniels recorded 114.7 passer rating against the Blitz during the regular season, highest mark by a rookie since 2016. The Lions defense didn't generate a single pressure on Daniels with 4-man pressures. Eagles can do that. Rams can do that. So that'll be different next week. It's just fun. It's just my favorite part is right after a football game when all the stat places put out stats and you're just like a game you watched and you knew a guy was good. And then you're like, oh shit, but he was like really good. Like he was very happy. Come on, show me the stats. Show me the stats. Show me the cool stats. Fourth rookie quarterback to win multiple playoff games in NFL history. Boom. Oh, we got the Bill Simmons quarterback ranking coming up one final time. QB number 20 behind Carr and Drake May. Nice. Nice. There you go. The worst quarterback rankings out there. And yeah, Cliff Kingsbury. What was the story about Kingsbury? Oh, they had a nice first half of the season. Now defenses are going to figure out his scheme and he's going to be the same old Cliff, right? Yeah, I think Cliff didn't want to interview this coaching cycle. He wanted to come back and do another year. And I think that's a smart move for Cliff. Like, see what you guys can do with Jayden in year 2 as well. And he should be considered again. Should he say yes, mind you, and 100 think he's going to go to Chicago over Johnson? I don't think he's going to go this year. Oh, yeah, J-Mo throwing the pick. Lions fan, can we now stop telling Rams they won the trade? They didn't. Well, I think we've all said that trade's been pretty even, right? Yeah. Lions were they 8.5-point favorites? Were they 8.5-point favorites, Detroit, going into that game? 1/3 of a century. Yeah, it's been that long since Washington has won. This is their first play. This is the first time they're going to the championships game since 91. So pretty crazy. Best year as a fan I've ever experienced. Praying that curse wheel stays away from our Washington team for the rest of the season. Well, it did pick the Rams, and if the curse wheel's correct, we're going to get Eagles Commanders next week, which would be very fun. Confirmed broken arm. It hurts. It sucks, but the Lions still have a lot of talent. Oh, yeah. Zamik Robertson broke his arm. That sucks. If we lose Glenn and Ben, it's a show of how we found the right people. Need to do it again. Restock on defense. Yeah. Lions got to fix a lot of things on defense, mostly just injuries. But it's like, that's a tricky one. Now, the Broncos have done a good job over the last 2 years. They were a significantly injured team every single season. Sean Payton came in. He made a lot of changes from the training staff to the medical staff, and now for two straight years, one of the least injured teams in the league. So I think it can be done, but I think you have to have a plan, and you have to make changes to try and ensure that. And obviously, there's some injuries you're not going to get around no matter what you do, but I think you can be better in that department. Glassed means disappearing forever. Oh, thank you. You guys got to remember, I'm older now and lame. The Commanders want to be taken seriously. They have to change that logo to something better. I agree. Let's get them a better logo now that they're a respectable team, right? Now, it's so funny, too. Like, Dan Snyder's gone, and, just within a couple years, the Commanders are a very good team right now. They're going to the championship game. Dan got all the money, but this is a nice middle finger to throw in his dumb face. I know. I was just live doing the whole game, and now I'm back because I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this game. I was excited about it. I didn't want to go to bed yet. Yeah, if they had Aiden Hutchinson, that could have been a difference for the Lions for sure. He definitely would have pressured Jayden without bringing extra help, and the Lions had to blitz, and they got burned on a lot of their blitzes. They lost a corner in this game. Just a recipe for disaster for Detroit. Mahomes is a breaker of curses. I'm starting to think he just sends them to other teams. Oh, he sent them to Detroit, maybe. I made a $16 bet for the Skins to make the Super Bowl and Notre Dame to win the championship last week. $10,500 payout. It's at $200. Cash out, diehard. It's at $200. I would write it out, man. Write it out. Write it out, Ferris. Amazon driver here hit 180 houses in 6 hours, pissing in a jug all day to get home early for the Commies game. Euphoric. Yeah. Commanders fans, I think a lot of people are excited for you. I think people are excited for Jayden Daniels. They're excited by Jayden Daniels because he's fun to watch. And as much as I wanted the Lions to win, like the consolation prize as a football fan is knowing that another team, another fan base who's been through the ringer, who's been through hell, who's had a lot of unfortunate things happen, all the way back to RG3 looking pretty good and then getting hurt. We're happy for you. It's nice when a fan base that hasn't been there gets to see their team go and their team look good, and looks like the Commanders will be good for a while. Where does Ben Jacobs go if TU had a choice, mate? Huh? Ben Johnson? I don't know. Wait, Brady was talking about him? The Raiders. The Raiders. All of Clickbait doubted us. Suck it, all of you. We're winning the whole damn thing. Yeah, everybody doubted you, and you won, and now you get to tell us to fuck off, and that's your right, and I expect you guys to be very loud about it. I expect you to be very loud about it. And the Commanders, Washington has had a very strong fan base for a long time. So welcome back to optimism. Yeah, I don't think the Rams would beat the Commanders. But who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I think that's good, right? Oh, here's your rookie quarterbacks to advance to the conference championship. Sean King, Big Ben, Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, Brock Purdy. Yeah, I always forget Brock did it. And now Jayden Daniels. And Brock did it. Who'd he face? The Eagles. So the Eagles could face their second rookie in the championship game. That's the more interesting stat from that, right? And Purdy hurt his elbow in that game immediately, right? A DMV Super Bowl. Is that an all Maryland one? Ravens versus Washington? There's a good chance. We'll see if the Ravens get past the Bills tomorrow, but it's feasible. It's plausible. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Congratulations, Washington. Jayden Daniels is awesome. He was awesome in this game. He's going to be good for a very long time. Wanted to just enjoy it with you because as much as it sucked to see Detroit lose, like it was an earned win by Washington. If they got some of those bullshit calls like the Chiefs did, or if it came down to like some fluky thing, you were like, if this happened, then that. And the if is if the Lions had any of their defense healthy. But other than that, Washington just start to finish played a great football game, outplayed Detroit. Just a good fucking win. Good fucking win. All right, guys. What do I got tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Ravens Bills tomorrow night. Live streaming that game. I will see you then. Good night and hail to the commies.